What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including WWE about to make a huge mistake, WWE rethinking Roman Reigns' contract, a former WWE star says that at least Vince McMahon cared about his talent, the issues between The Rock and Triple H have been revealed, a positive update on R-Truth, an iconic WWE tag team reuniting, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. And now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at WWE making a big mistake. Our top story today looks at the new details relating to WrestleMania 42, and it sounds unbelievably bad. Now, as we all know, the event is set to take place in Las Vegas for the second consecutive year, and according to a new report from WrestleVotes Radio, WWE will be replicating the event formula from this year. WWE and TKO are planning to replicate WrestleMania 41's entire weekend layout for WrestleMania 42. They plan on using the same venues like Allegiant Stadium and T-Mobile Arena. This has received instant backlash online as WWE and TKO are being called out for being lazy and only caring about money. Repeating the exact same format for WrestleMania with the same venues in this era is truly insane, and it wouldn't come as too much of a surprise to see WWE reuse the exact same set for WrestleMania 42. WWE and TKO are evidently expecting a repeat of financial success, however it's not that simple. WrestleMania thrives on tourism and having international fans attend the shows, and this is one of the reasons why cities bid for the show, as they know the amount of money that it'll bring in. Using the exact same city and the exact same format for the second year isn't going to be much of a selling point for fans. One of the most exciting elements about WrestleMania is the fact that the location moves around all the time, and due to a lot of fans sharing negative experiences from their time at WrestleMania this year, they aren't going to be in a hurry to rush back. WWE have also failed to address the fact that the show itself wasn't well received. It's not like WWE delivered an all-time iconic WrestleMania event, they delivered a Night 2 main event that was universally panned. Are WWE and TKO just completely oblivious to what fans truly think? Next up, WWE rethinking Roman Reigns' contract. Roman Reigns has been one of the WWE's top stars for over a decade now, and this poses the question, how much does Roman Reigns actually earn from his WWE contract? Well, according to former WWE employee Hugo Savinovich, Reigns makes around $15 million per year. Whilst this figure hasn't been verified, this would make Reigns the highest paid name in the entire company. And the crazy thing is that Reigns works a part-time schedule, so it's a pretty sweet gig for the head of the table. But with that being said, Reigns' WWE contract could be about to be changed in a big way. According to Savinovich, TKO executives want to renegotiate Reigns' deal, as they don't want him making so much money per calendar year. He mentioned on the Lucha Libre Online podcast that Reigns might be taking a significant cut in his contract. While they won't outright release him, he won't be making $15 million per year anymore. Now, why $15 million? Let me break it down. Roman Reigns' base salary is $5 million, but then there are add-ons, pay-per-views, video game deals like WWE 2K, promotional appearances, merchandise royalties, he earns 30% on merch, which is huge, and special bonuses like appearances in Saudi Arabia. Plus, he earns a cut from ticket sales. All of this adds up to $15 million a year. TKO is saying, Roman's not around full-time, why are we paying him so much? So they want to renegotiate. TKO evidently believes that Reigns isn't worth the substantial price tag, especially working limited dates per year. In fact, in this year alone, Reigns has only worked 3 matches, that being the Netflix premiere, the Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania 41 Night 1. Reigns' schedule has been vastly reduced as the years have gone on, and for a strong portion of the year, he's been completely absent from WWE programming. In relation to when Reigns' current WWE deal comes to an end, it's believed that his current deal was signed in 2022 and it comes to an end just after WrestleMania 42 in 2026. Might that be the time when WWE renegotiates Roman Reigns' contract and offers him much less, just like they did with R-Truth? Do you think Roman Reigns would even take less pay? Next up, have the issues between The Rock and Triple H been revealed? The Rock and Triple H have personal animosity and perhaps the worst kept secret in wrestling. Now a new report has highlighted exactly why the two have issues in 2025. According to the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, the two have different viewpoints on many things. They have different viewpoints on many things. They are at times on different pages. Levesque is entrenched. He was the person in charge with the company doing record business, but it was noted by those well aware of the situation on the inside that while people think Johnson has the edge being close to Nick Khan, the reality is in the big picture, Levesque has gotten what he wanted. Johnson didn't beat Reigns for the title and then relinquish it to people as a babyface. Rhodes didn't turn heel. Johnson wasn't even involved in the Mania build, albeit that was his choice after the night of the Cena turn. Now surely The Rock and Triple H would obviously deny that there's any bad blood between them, but it's now well documented that the two aren't exactly close friends. Next up, who could replace Triple H? Now, as we covered in the news yesterday, Jonathan Coachman firmly believes that TKO will have Triple H removed from his position within the next 18 months. In relation to who will replace the game in his role as head of WWE Creative, Coachman firmly believes that The Rock would want former head writer for WWE, Brian Gewirtz. Speaking on the two-man Power Trip of Wrestling podcast, he added, "Here's my prediction, is that The Rock wants Brian Gewirtz to be the head of creative again. I actually sublet my very first apartment when I moved to Stamford, Connecticut back in 2000. It was his apartment, so I've known him for a really long time, and I've got a lot of respect for his creativity, but there's no way that Brian could come back. He used to be the head writer of Raw." And this is definitely something that TKO needs to think about if they plan on ever replacing Triple H. The head of the WWE creative role isn't exactly an easy role, and it's not like the individual needs to write just Raw. They have to write Raw, 3-hour SmackDowns, WWE Speed, Main Event, as well as map out all of WWE's premium live events. It's an incredibly intense job, and only a few could ever handle it, including Triple H. Next up, have the WWE and The Rock fallen out? Now, in the wake of Wolfgang's WWE release, he's been able to tell personal stories regarding training with The Rock ahead of his 2024 in-ring return. According to the former WWE star during an interview with Cultaholic, WWE and The Rock had issues on the road to WrestleMania 40 last year due to arrangements relating to a private plane. There's a whole backstory that we arrived on Monday night. Tuesday was supposed to be day 1, and then Wednesday was day 2, and Thursday if we needed it. We got there on Monday. On Tuesday, I don't know what happened. I don't want to start any rumors here, but there was a bit of a falling out. You come pick me up in your private plane. No, you come pick me up. I'll be here, you come get me. So Tuesday was scrapped. They just couldn't get off the runway, and they said that there was a problem with the plane. Wolfgang would finish by saying that WWE and The Rock were big leaguing each other. Whilst his story may have been played off for comedic effect, it raises alarm bells that WWE and The Rock were butting heads just a matter of weeks into his WWE comeback. Next up, a WWE star wants a match with AJ Lee. Fans of wrestlers alike have been urging AJ Lee to return to the ring, and the latest name to do so is Roxanne Perez. The talented star was recently interviewed by Sports Illustrated, and Perez pushed the idea of wrestling Lee in a dream match. Absolutely, AJ Lee is that could be my retirement match, to be honest. Yeah, she's definitely my dream match, and I have the feeling that it could happen if she comes back. Please come back. Despite AJ getting rumored for a Royal Rumble cameo every year, there appears to be no interest from AJ in returning to the ring in any capacity. WrestleVotes even mentioned that there's absolutely 0% that she'll turn up at Evolution. Next up, is Seth Rollins a heel? Seth Rollins seemingly turned heel at WrestleMania 41. However, according to our former WWE champion, he's not a heel or a babyface currently. Speaking on Up and Adams, Rollins stated, "I'm not a bad guy, I'm a good guy. I haven't changed a bit. It just so happens that people have come to me. People have flocked to me. I saw you before WrestleMania and I told you exactly what was going to happen. I was going to put an end to Roman Reigns. I was going to put an end to CM Punk. I was going to win the main event of WrestleMania, and I did all that." Rollins would also discuss the motivations for Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed joining his faction, and the explanation as to why his former rival, that being Reed in his faction, makes a ton of sense. Then you see Bron Breakker, he wants to learn from me. Bronson Reed, we had a little thing last year, but now there's a lot of respect between the two of us, and we're off to the races. Rollins is now set to compete in the annual Money in the Bank ladder match tomorrow, and he's currently one of the favorites to win the briefcase for the second time in his career. Next up, former WWE star says that Vince McMahon cared about his talent. The fallout of WWE releasing R-Truth has continued over the past few days. Now, former WWE star Baron Corbin has directed anger towards WWE and TKO. During an appearance on Busted Open Radio, Corbin would even state that Vince McMahon cared more about talent and the fans. Say what you want about Vince, Vince cared about his talent and he cared about the fans. Everything else in his life is his business and whatever he's dealing with. Guys like Taker, someone who's been loyal. When you watch Vince talk about Taker, he starts crying because he loves him and his loyalty. R-Truth has been nothing but loyal. He's done everything that's ever been asked. Corbin would then add that the locker room is going to realize that their loyalty no longer matters. I think for the locker room, they're going to come to a harsh realization that loyalty no longer matters. I think that it's become what the NFL a little bit is, a paper league, in my opinion, where it's no longer about the person, it's about what's on paper. But Corbin is definitely right with his assessment regarding the locker room. Truth, who was seen by many as a WWE lifer being released, is a clear sign that nobody is safe from being let go. Next up, a positive update on R-Truth. Speaking of R-Truth, we have some information relating to him thanks to Teddy Long. Naturally, due to Truth being one of the most beloved pro wrestlers of all time, he has a plethora of friends within wrestling, and one of them is Long. On his podcast this week, Long discussed Truth and he revealed that Truth is happy with the situation with WWE. I talked to Truth and he's happy with it. I saw his statement that he made after his release. So you know, it's like this with me. If Truth is happy, I love it. So ain't no back and forth about his release. There has been interest from TNA in signing Truth, and fans on social media are continuing to urge WWE to bring Truth back, but it doesn't look like a return is on the horizon at this stage. And finally, an iconic WWE tag team reuniting. Now our final story today takes a look at a new interview from the Usos, who have revealed that if they are interested in reuniting as a duo for another run. Whilst Jimmy and Jay are in the midst of two respective singles runs in WWE, with Jay currently being world champion, it looks like WWE have no interest in having them reunite as a full-time tag team. However, with that being said, the duo themselves won't rule it out, and during an interview with GQ, both stated that they would love to have another run. For sure, man, Usos on another tag run? Now, like I said, yeah, tag team off the bat, off the rip, #1 tag team in the world, #1 tag team in the game. Threw that out there, moving and grooving with it, man. You know, right now, the world champ is right here. You know, we did that. The tag team, the best tag team. Now we have the best heavyweight champion to this day, man. To do it right now, and it's only getting better. The Usos last teamed together back in March on the road to WrestleMania 41, and it's entirely possible that WWE pairs them back together when their two respective singles careers start to flounder. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.